Pacman gets in trouble again. And we award the Dolt of the Week. Cole Sportz presents On the Daily. I'm so glad that I am joining you on your iPad, iPhone, Android, smart TV, or computer. Cole Johnson here on the Daily's on Tap, and here we go. The topic of the day is now. There are many events that have taken place, such as Roger Federer getting bounced in Wimbledon, and things such as Kermit Washington, the former Laker that knocked out Rudy Tomjanovich, stealing donations and getting arrested for it. Came a video of Pacman Jones, or Adam Jones. Now, he has done nefarious things. One as recently as last year, being arrested in the back of a Hamilton County, Ohio, or Cincinnati, police car where he just cursed out the police officer and spat at him. Well, he was minding his own business at the airport where this airport employee decided to buck up and bow up and had words for Mr. Jones. The incident went. The airport employee pushed Jones to the wall. Then they went to fighting and scuffling for about maybe a few seconds. Then they got broken up. Then they went to squabbling again, with Jones ending the fight, putting the airport employee on the floor. This is not Pacman's fault, per se. He actually was attacked and he was defending himself. So I'm not really perturbed by him. I'm more perturbed by the toxic masculinity. Why is it that we as men, I don't care what color we are or what culture we come from, why is it that we as men have the need to want to bow up to one another? That we have to usurp our strength and our dominance over another. And that supposedly shows our might. And it doesn't. It doesn't show anything but our weakness. Now, if you're doing it to defend yourself, like in this case Pacman did, cool. Definitely defend yourself. I'm not saying that no man should defend himself. No. I'm saying no man should be weak enough to want to squash like a bug another man unless it's competition in the field of play. That's different. But on the everyday, a man should not come up to another man to want to beat him down. No. We as men should look at another man as the king they are, because you're a king yourself. Dab it up. Make sure that you make sure you give your fellow king a treasure. You know, hey man, nice looking suit. Oh man, look, them Jordans look good on you. Or, you know, man, you see that game last night, man? Man, we need to chop it up in another time to watch Monday Night Football at some other point. Be a king of your own. Recognize the king that's in front of you. Big him up. I'm guaranteeing he'll big you up and keep it pushing. There's no need for these to be thrown arbitrarily. And that's what I'm seeing that's foul in that instance. Not Pacman, I'm talking about the airport employee who eventually got fired. Why are you going to bow up to any man, much less an NFL player? Bowing up to him is, I mean, you would have a better chance of bowing up with a boxer. and your chances would be slim there too, because they're accustomed to physicality there. Pacman's accustomed to physicality himself. In fact, the size that you were is like the size of a normal wide receiver. So this was a normal day for him. He just didn't want to do it in an airport. But we as men, we have to raise a higher standard with one another. Recognize you're a king. Recognize that I'm a king. And in my royal nature, I'm going to dap you up and move onward. Because that's what real men do. They don't just throw these for the sake of throwing them. They only throw them when their lives or the family's life is in danger. That's the only time you throw these. Or unless you get paid. Outside of those two examples, to just throw it for the sake of throwing because you want to show what type of man you are, that just shows what type of coward you are. And that is the topic of the day. When I return, the Dolt of the Week is next. Coming up on tomorrow's On the Daily, we're going to touch on a little bit of Wimbledon. Yeah, we're going to go across the pond and talk about the events and happenings there. And in Champions Personified, why not? We have to go to, I guess you could say, the athlete of the month, or at least the athlete of the moment, LeBron James. And he does it again off the court. Join me tomorrow for that episode. And tune in today. IGTV, baby. The Hot Corner debuts on IGTV. Instagram.com/Cole Sportz with a Z. That's where you'll find me on IGTV. But that's for later on today, and that's for tomorrow. For today on this show, I'm hyped. I'm ready. But I had to be a little subdued because the topic is subdued. But we're still going to give you the Dolt of the Week. Dolt of the Week, sponsored by nobody. The winner of this episode's Dolt of the Week is... the Arizona Cardinals general manager, Steve Keim. Keim spelled Keim. Now, everything was going fine for Mr. Keim. He was having a ball on Independence Day. You know, we're just happy. We're giddy. We got some grub in our system. We grilled some food. You know, chicken, hot dogs, burgers. You know, popped a couple of brews and pushed them back. I don't, because I don't drink. But I know some do. Definitely Mr. Keim does this. So we had some good grub in him, had some alcohol in him, watched the fireworks, and then decided to hop behind the wheel and drive. Where he, of course, got arrested, and the arrest took place in Chandler, Arizona. Now, he issued a statement saying that he was exercising poor judgment in drinking and driving, and that the team was going to handle the punishment accordingly. And, of course, the NFL's doing its investigation, and they'll probably hand down the punishment, too. What I still don't get even now, this is July the 12th, 2018. Didn't we, when we were young, I'm not even talking about now, I mean young, like grade school, long before we could hop behind the wheel and drive, get told that we should not drink and drive? How many accidents do we need to see? How many fatalities do we need to see for us to not be sauced, jump behind the wheel, and operate the vehicle as if we're sober and we're inebriated? What does it take? Does it take a whole city of drunkards to hop behind the wheel and kill one another? What does it take? Because you shouldn't do this at all. Not even a little bit. Not even for a joyride. You don't even have to hop behind the wheel to drive 1 foot drunk. I have said this before, and I will continue to say this, and I think I will be blue in the face and continue to say it while my face is blue, turning even bluer. If you have decided to drink, if you are drunk, if you are inebriated, if you are impaired, if your bodily functions are shutting down unlike you are when you're sober, call a cab, call an Uber, or since you are in the NFL and you have a high-ranking position, get a driving service. That is not hard. Dial up a driving service. I'm sure there's some college student that'll be glad to drive you around if you decide to be irresponsible with yourself and drink yourself to a stupor. This is not the example you should set, Mr. Keim, before your team. Because the only ones that are above you are the executives, the high-ranking executives. You're higher ranked than the coach. You're higher ranked definitely than the players because you picked them. And they are impressionable human beings because we're talking about most of them in their 20s. So they see their general manager getting sauced. Well, hey, what makes me think that I can't be sauced too? Think, man. Don't hop behind the wheel drunk. Because it's not just your life you're putting in danger. You're putting in danger the lives of innocent people. And they can be as old as 80, and they can be as young as 8 weeks, 8 days even. You don't play around with life, jumping behind a vehicle that has the propensity to end a life. Just like that. If you happen to like this episode or any episode that you have seen thus far, you know the drill. You see that red button or you see the red letters that says subscribe to Cole Sportz on the daily. Monday through Saturday, you'll get one of these right here for your viewing pleasure. And speaking of viewing pleasure, the question of the day on Instagram is waiting for you. No. Wait until after this video is over. Go to Cole Sportz, at Cole Sportz with a Z. The question of the day is there. And the question of the day will lead to the debut of a new show powered by Cole Sportz. It is The Hot Corner, exclusively on IGTV. And you will know what the topic is of the question of the day when you view The Hot Corner. And if you have any questions, if you have any type of content that you want to present before me, please, I'm all ears. I want to hear what you think, and I want to hear what you want me to present before you. At Instagram, at Cole Sportz with a Z. At Facebook, at Cole Sportz with a Z. At Twitter, that's Cole_Sports with a Z. Online, that's ColeSportsWithAZ.com. And here, jot down what you think even here. And if you want to write in long form, you can hit me up on info, that's INFO, at ColeSportsWithAZ.com. It is because of you I exist, and I thank you, I thank you, I thank you. Continue to give me that love and support that you have given me in this short amount of time and for the brand that has been in existence for 2.5 years. I thank you. Continue to support good programming like this. Now, that's all the time I have. Thank you so much for the intelligent sportsman right here to the intelligent sportsman in you. I'm Cole Johnson, and this has been yet another edition of Cole Sportz on the visual and on the daily.